Karl Maier graduated from high school, did a short stint at community college, and then enlisted in the Army. The fact that Karl's father was an Army veteran of the Korean War had absolutely no influence on Karl's decision to enlist. He had no grand visions of being a hotshot pilot. As he saw it, the Army simply offered him a great opportunity to get the heck out of town. Karl H. Maier was born in San Francisco, California, on September 12, 1956. He was the oldest of 4 children. He enlisted in the United States Army in December 1975 and graduated from military police school. After completing airborne school at Fort Benning, and while he was assigned to the 118th MP Company Airborne at Fort Bragg, Maier realized that he would rather have a job in the aircraft cockpit than one loaded up in the back. Maier completed Warrant Officer Candidate School and earned his aviator wings in 1984. In July 1987, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Maier successfully assessed to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Group Airborne. He quickly found that his favorite part of Army aviation was planning, briefing, and successfully executing the mission. The flying was a bonus. Karl Maier's mission-focused attitude has had an immeasurable impact on special operations aviation. His involvement in every combat operation since 1987 places him at the pinnacle of special ops experience. In 1993, during his deployment to Somalia as the primary planner and flight lead for Task Force Ranger during Operation Gothic Serpent, Chief Maier led the recovery operations of personnel who were injured after an MH-60 was shot down. Piloting the MH-6 Little Bird Star 41, he searched for and found one of the 2 Black Hawks just minutes after it impacted the ground. His co-pilot noticed a fallen soldier bleeding severely from his stomach. He was propped up against a wall. Landing in a big intersection near the wounded soldier would have been the easier option, but also would have left everyone vulnerable to enemy fire. Instead, with his co-pilot at the controls, Maier navigated the bird up the street between 2 stone houses where they set down on a slope. While his co-pilot left Star 41 to help the wounded, Maier used his aircraft to shield them while he engaged the numerically superior advancing enemy with his MP-5. He expended hundreds of rounds through his door opening while his co-pilot extracted 2 critically wounded soldiers from the ground force. The mission earned Maier a Silver Star. As the consummate and quiet professional for over 20 years, he declined telling his story to all who asked about that day. In addition to Operation Gothic Serpent in Somalia, Maier participated in many others, including Operation Just Cause, Desert Storm, Uphold Democracy, and Joint Endeavor. Since 2003, Maier deployed 5 times to Operation Iraqi Freedom and 7 times to Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. For over 2 decades, Chief Maier has provided unsurpassed experience and leadership to help our country achieve its strategic objectives. In April 2006, Maier was assigned as the 1st Regiment Chief Warrant Officer, guiding and mentoring the regiment's 300-plus warrant officers and supporting the regimental commander. When he retired in 2014, Maier was the longest tenured Night Stalker in the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. He has been in the unit since 1987. The majority of his time served in the same company, serving in every capacity, from platoon instructor pilot to regimental warrant officer. Chief Karl Maier's 26-year impact on the 160th SOAR extends far beyond his personal achievements. His pioneering of night vision goggle techniques and procedures, which he developed and proved in more than 20 years of combat, revolutionized Army aviation effectiveness on the battlefield. His inputs to the Aircrew Training Manual continue to define modern Army aviation. Maier's performance as a Night Stalker flight lead and consummate trainer mark him as the epitome of a special operations aviation officer. He has been a mentor and advisor to generations of aviators, commanders, and enlisted soldiers. His legacy will continue for many years to come as Night Stalkers uphold the high standards to which he trained them. It is impossible to overstate the significance of Chief Warrant Officer 5 Karl H. Maier's 38 years of active service to Army aviation, the United States Army, and our nation. CW5 Maier has clearly earned his place in the Army Aviation Hall of Fame.